Hello, everyone. Welcome to the call. Where I've started a new series, The Law of Attraction, and we're going to be discussing part 2 of that. I hope you all could hear me on the last call. Please let me know your feedback and let me know if you could hear me clearly and if the sound is loud enough. I appreciate it. So thank you for letting me know that. Okay, let's dive right in to the law of attraction. On the last call, I talked about what the law of attraction was in a nutshell, basically. And basically how the law of attraction is a system, a system that works off of your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, your desires, your beliefs. And so whatever you feed it is what you you get in return, and you receive based on that, based on what majority of your time, based on basically how much you think about certain things. Constantly. If you're thinking about negativity, most of the time that's what you're getting back, is things not going the way that you would like them to go. Now, hopefully, many of you are beginning to realize that, like I said, we're all on autopilot. We are not even really paying attention, to what we're thinking. We're just on autopilot, and we don't realize that this law of attraction is working 24/7. And so now that you are aware of that, you can pay more attention to thinking in terms of how to get and reach your, how to get what you want, how to reach your goals, and how to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Like I said, whether you know it or not, we're creating our life constantly. Everything that's happening, we're creating. You're creating. I'm creating. And that's how this beautiful system works. I love this system. It's very beautiful. Once you understand how the system works, you can benefit greatly from it and have a more prosperous life, happy life, and basically accomplish the things that you want out of life, a fulfilling life. So again, this system is working 24/7. It is a beautiful system, and like I mentioned before, there are people who like to take advantage, and, there's not very good people. The system knows you can't trick the system. Eventually, you're to get back what you're doing to others. You will get it back. That's just the way the system, the way I understand it, that the system is set up. Excuse me. And so understand that, because like I said, once in the last call, once you start to align yourself with certain thoughts, certain energies, certain belief systems, you're going to attract according to that, and many people in your life will disappear. The people who are no longer, you're not on the same mindset and the same wavelength as they are, and so they disappear. Some people can't keep up with it. Like if a person is naturally negative all the time and they don't want to change that and they want to be negative, I've met many people like that. When you start to talk positive, you notice how upset they get. They get upset. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to deal with you, or they always want to debate and argue with you because they choose to stay in that state of mind. So what's going to happen is they're going to disappear. They're not going to be able to take your positive attitude if they're negative and they want to continue to be negative. And so just understand that you're going to, like I said, people are going to disappear. But know and understand that it is a good thing, and you will realize that probably, later down the line, when you really look at things and analyze things later, you're going to realize that person or those people weren't good for you, And it was your mindset that you were on in the beginning that attracted these people to you in the first place. Now, there's other reasons for that, too. There's lessons that you have to learn and different things like that, which we'll get into, in another call. But on a very basic level, when you start to make minor changes here and there for the better, your life is going to change for the better. And family members and friends, they're not going to, they're not going to like it, And so therefore, they don't want to be around you because you're so positive all the time. Some people can't stand that. Can you believe it? Sad but true. They're not going to be able to, they're going to get so upset and angry because you're so positive, And then, when you see how it changed your life and you get excited, you want to spread the word and you want to, show them and teach them what you've learned. And so when they start talking negative, you try to say something like, oh, think positive, oh, say this and say that. They're going to get very upset with you. It's amazing, isn't it? But that's the way it is. So anyway, these people are going to fall away. They're going to disappear out of your life. And you're going to find out later that it was for the better. And you're going to have new people, new friends in your life that's in alignment with what it is you're trying to accomplish. And you can help them and they can help you. It's a give and take sort of thing. And so that's a good thing. Like I said, it's not like someone, how people, they just try to take from you and they don't give anything in return and they just, use and abuse you and, you're always giving to them, So that's why you have to do your clearing and you have to get this out of your system, cleanse your aura, clear your aura, balance your chakras, clear your chakras, and start to release this stuff and, clear yourself so you won't be attracting, you won't be allowing people to use and abuse you and get over on you. And sad to say, a lot of times it's family. Family will do that to you. So-called friends will do that to you. Coworkers will do it to you, whatever. But do the clearing work, learn about Reiki, learn about crystal healing and all these other different things, and to clear yourself, to be more positive, and to surround yourself with a healthy, positive atmosphere, and you'll see how things just change, and for the better. Good change, great change, wonderful change, And so, but I want to get into beliefs because I don't want these calls to be too long if I can help it. So anyway, excuse me, I want to get into beliefs. What do you believe? I talked about that on the last call to kind of think about the things that you've been taught as a child or just any time in any point in your life that you've learned that you really don't agree with. It's time to take a look at that and to figure out what it is that you do believe and follow what it is, whatever it may be. But be true to yourself and make sure that it is something that you want, not what someone else wants, but what you want. I remember seeing a commercial on TV. This was a while ago. They showed this commercial. They're really pushing college and people taking online courses and stuff like that. And that's fine if that's what you want to do, fine, go for it. But they had a part in the commercial where they had maybe like 5 or 6 people that they asked, oh, why did you get your degree? Why did you do this? And almost all of them did it for someone else. Oh, I did this for my mom. Really? You went and got a degree for your mother? And I think we go through life and we don't realize how we really try to go out of our way to please others. And it's so automatic, you don't think about it. Someone went through 4 years of college for someone else. You had someone said, I did it for my mother. Somebody else said, I did it for my children. I'm like, I didn't hear one person said they did it for them because it was what they wanted to do. And so I was like, wow, but we're on autopilot. We're on autopilot, and we don't realize what we're saying, what we're doing. That doesn't make any sense, that you're going to go through 4 years of college for someone else because you want to make someone else happy. And I've talked to people time and time again who have gone to college for something that they didn't even have interest in. They went to college for a particular degree that they didn't even have interest in. There are people who go to be doctors and nurses because their parents want them to do that. They're not even interested in it. And some of the children, no matter how old they are when they grow up, continue on trying to please other people, and they're doing things for their parents, and they're not happy, or for whomever they're doing it for. I mean, you go to school to be a doctor because your parents want you to be a doctor. And so this is what I'm talking about. I'm like, what is it that you want to do? Not what I want you to do, not what someone else wants you to do, but what you want to do, and be true to yourself. What do you believe? And so this is very important because a lot of people are sad, and the years go by, and people don't, a lot of times people are not thinking about it on a conscious level. They're depressed, and they're sad and unhappy, and they don't really know why. They don't really know why until they, seek help and, like I said, get a great support system, and they have someone like me telling you to analyze your belief and what is it that you believe, and then people start to think about it and say, wow, yeah, I never wanted to go to school for that. I didn't want to take that up. I didn't, And I talk to a lot of people, and I hear people, just telling their children what to do. Grown children, they're children, but they're like, 50, 40, and I'm like, really? You doing this for your mom? You doing this for your dad? So just think about that. What is it that you want? What is it that you believe? Start to analyze your beliefs, and a lot of times, and analyze and think about what you're telling your children. I was out with a friend, and she's sitting there passing all these beliefs off on her twin daughters. And it was about money. Excuse me. And she took all of her fears, all the things that fears that she had surrounding money, the lack thereof, and all this negative thoughts around money. And she was passing it on to her twin girls. And they were like 8, 9 years old, and they were repeating exactly what she was saying about money. I'm like, wow, these children are going to grow up, and they're going to have some money issues. They're going to have all kinds of issues because she was pushing off her beliefs and her childhood on to her twin girls. So we have to, think about what we're passing on and what beliefs we're passing on to our children and to other people about money, or about anything. Because those were her fears and her phobias, and she's passing on to these girls. It's like 9 years old. And the girls looked so worried and just felt, just the look on their faces was like they had a heavy load. And I was like, wow. And I didn't say anything, of course. You're not my client. You're not, signed up for sessions with me. So, I was just sitting there watching. And I hear this time and time again. We tell these stories about our fears, and we push them off onto our children. These beliefs that's not true. It may have been true for her, and it may have been true for the woman, that I'm talking about, but these girls are only 9 years old. It's not true for them. But they're going to grow up with this belief. Chances are they're going to grow up with this belief. And so right there I saw all these issues that this woman had that she needed to deal with, beliefs that she needed to shake and clear, and things that she needed to change in order for things to go right or the way that she wanted them to in her life. So the belief is very powerful, and the system is going off of that. And so we have to clear them, so I strongly suggest finding someone to help you, a coach of some sort, spiritual coach. I mentioned Reiki. I mentioned you can get into crystal healing and things like that, music, all kinds of things to raise your vibration and to lift your spirits, and so meditation and a lot of alone time and quiet time to really think about these things. Start a journal and start to write down some beliefs and tackle one at a time. Do you really believe this? Do you really believe that you're always going to have money issues and whatever your parents and those around you when you were growing up, whatever they told you and taught you about money, if it was negative or if it wasn't, it's what you believe. What you believed about it, but most of the time it's something negative, and people aren't getting the results that they want. So start a journal, and this is something you can do on your own. Start a journal and start writing down all these beliefs that you have or you think you have, and think about where did they come from. Is it true to you? Do you really believe that? Pay attention to the different feelings that you get, the emotions. And I think you're going to be very surprised, because I think you're going to trigger a lot of things, a lot of childhood memories, and maybe not in your childhood, in your later years. I think you're going to trigger a lot of things, but mainly from childhood and what others have put on to us, giving that burden and that load to us, and so that's what I suggest. And so I think I'm going to do another call on beliefs in the next call again. So you can, I think Reiki is great, like I said, so find a teacher in your area and learn it. And the beautiful thing about Reiki is that you can learn from a distance. You can do all kinds of work from a distance using Reiki. And it's an excellent tool to have because once you have it, it can't be taken away from you. You can do all kinds of healing work. You can use it whenever you feel like using it. I suggest using it every day or as much as possible. And so crystals and gemstones and things like that, pay attention to the type of, movies you watch, the type of music you listen to. You want to make some changes. And you don't have to do all these things. I don't like to overwhelm, so you don't have to do all these things at one time. These are just suggestions, and whatever rings a bell to you, you can start somewhere and little things, and then just pay attention to see what happens and see how things quickly start to change in your life. And so these are just some suggestions of different things that you can do. But, again, this law of attraction is a beautiful system if you understand how that it's working all the time. You have to understand and realize that it is working, but if you're not getting the things that you want and you're not accomplishing your goals, then you need to pay attention to your thoughts and the people that surround you and that sort of thing. And so once you start to it takes a little practice, and like I said, some people will never change, which I'll get into some more stories about how people say they want to change and they don't. And they really don't want to change. They really, they don't want to change for the better. They want their life to stay exact. They want to continue to do exactly what they're doing, but expect a different result. And it doesn't work that way. This system doesn't work that way. This law doesn't work that way. And so you're going to have to take part in this whole process. And you're taking part in it whether you know it or not. You're just on the other side of it where you're not really getting what you want. And so, like I said, I'm going to do another call on beliefs and give you some more stories to take a look at, and hopefully it can help you. But go to yourpower2create.com and sign up for the newsletters, free newsletters. You can receive all kinds of information. I write about all different kinds of things in the healing arena, self-help and development and that sort of thing, Reiki, crystals, and you name it. I write, a lot of newsletters on that, so you can sign up at yourpower2create.com for the newsletters. If you want to email me, you can email me at yourpower2create@gmail.com. But on the website, yourpower2create.com is spelled out. You also can contact me on the website as well if you choose to do it that way. So anyway, I hope you all can hear me clearly this time, and I'm going to keep trying until I get it right. And I really appreciate the feedback. And I will do another call on beliefs again. So until then, just start your journal, start to write down the beliefs that you have and analyze and see if you really believe those things. See what feelings come up, triggers and things like that. Pay attention to that. Start replacing negative thoughts, the negative thoughts you may have with positive ones, and start to make little minor things like that. When things aren't going the way that you desire. You may be having a bad day or something like that. Start to use to turn it around and see for yourself how it changes. And so this can be tested. And so that's what I should suggest. So I will see you on the next call. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.